Fight Underground fans, welcome back here on Facebook for the Face Off, as we have one cool cat, Justin Idol, not so cool right now, and the Beastman himself. How are you, buddy? Justin, the last time we talked to you, you were very enthusiastic about taking on the Rev. You came up a little short, so you're a veteran of 22 years. How are you going to rebound, reset, and refocus here in Fight Underground to take on this man over here?
You know, what happened is in the past, we all saw it. The Rev used a low-handed tactic to get the victory over me. Everyone saw it. It's on tape. I'm not really sure how to prepare for Beastman. I mean, I got no words right now. I don't know what to say. All
right, Beastman. Area 2. This is your chance. You could cement yourself. How are you going to approach this matchup with such a time-tested veteran, Justin Idol? You okay, pal?
He's talking to you, man. Come on. Such an idiot.
Hey, wait. All right. There's that. No way. Is that true?
House of my husk.
That's true.
Who's my husk?
Did you know that?
Don't act like you understand what the hell he's saying.
Well, now you made him mad. All right, Beastman. We'll see you later, pal. We'll see you later. August 16th of 2019. My name's Jim Amata, being joined by Paul Atlas. One of the most anticipated matchups on the card tonight. The apex of combat squares off against the crown jewel of New Japan Pro Wrestling, the Bullet Club. Chase Owens is here for perhaps the biggest matchup of Lee Moriarty's young career. And certainly no sportsmanship. That's not what Chase Owens has made his career. Names like Jay White, Okada, Tanahashi, all names that have shared a ring with Chase Owens.
And tonight, he shares it with Lee Moriarty. And Lee has got the toughest test of his young career.
Chase Owens has proved time and time again that he can hang with some of the absolute best wrestlers in the world. The question here tonight is, can Lee Moriarty hang with that man? Can Lee Moriarty hang with Chase Owens? And certainly some mind game from the veteran Chase Owens.
He's going to try to get in the head of Lee Moriarty real early here in this match, I'm sure. And Lee's got to block that out and just get down to business that Lee Moriarty knows how to take care of.
Oh, it really cannot be understated the amount of experience that Chase Owens brings to this matchup, touring full-time with New Japan Pro Wrestling. And night in and night out, iron sharpens iron. Chase Owens, as I said, competes against some of the best wrestlers in the entire world. As Lee Moriarty shoots him off here, shoulder tackle from Owens, deep arm drag. And Owens gets the better of this opening exchange.
I'd be highly remiss if I didn't say a victory here tonight for Lee Moriarty would catapult his career way to the top of the charts.
International implications. But Paul, you can tell that Moriarty is as cool as ice right now. He will not be overwhelmed by the caliber of this matchup.
He needs to be. Lee needs to be focused. He needs to have a laser focus, if you will, against this man Chase Owens tonight if he wants to pull off a victory.
Thank you. I'll be here half the night.
And if you're Chase Owens, I understand you've been in there with the Okadas, the Tanahashis, the Jay Whites, but you can't take Lee Moriarty lightly because this kid is the future.
Owens having a little bit of fun here tonight with our crowd, but yeah, he better not overlook Lee Moriarty. He better not take him lightly, or Lee's going to put him on his back in a heartbeat looking up at the lights.
Trust me, just because the rest of the world doesn't know about Lee Moriarty yet doesn't mean they won't know about him soon. Leverage maneuver from Chase Owens. Moriarty off the other side gets the successful arm drag.
Nice exchange with Lee Moriarty coming out on top.
And the apex of combat showing the crown jewel just who he's in the ring with. But Chase Owens again, a wise veteran presence, rolls out to the outside, creates a timeout.
And he kind of, that smile, smirk kind of off the face of Chase Owens.
And I believe
he's a little out of sorts.
Owens is a little flustered, shoots Moriarty off. Moriarty with the shoulder tackle. Up and over goes Lee. Lee puts on the brakes, as does Owens. Lee off the ropes, lucha arm drag. And a soccer kick to the arm. The apex of combat living up to his name. But just one.
He definitely got to the advantage of that little exchange there. Advantage at this point, Moriarty.
Armbar from Moriarty, very wise. You know this matchup isn't going to be won on a fluke. You will have to soundly defeat your opponent when you have two athletes of this caliber. Oh, man!
Just snapping Lee's head against that top rope. And we call it a rope, but let's face it, that's a steel cable encased in hard rubber.
And that is the ring IQ of Chase Owens. High ring IQ, high ring generalship. Owens using the ring as a weapon, using the ropes as a tag team partner to inflict damage on Lee Moriarty.
And if you notice now, Chase Owens' demeanor has totally changed right now. He's no more fun-loving, no more jostling with the crowd, no more smile on his face.
Owens is perched up top. Big axe handle, and Owens is very proud of himself.
A little tribute to the Macho Man there.
Let's be honest here, Paul. Chase Owens will not let anyone use his name as a stepping stone. He's not going to allow Lee Moriarty to make his career off of the victory here.
Oh no, if Lee gets this victory, he's going to definitely earn it. Chase Owens is not going to just give it up. You don't get in this business where Chase Owens has by taking people lightly and giving them the opportunity to put your shoulders to the mat.
But let's not make any mistake about it. That Bullet Club influence of Jay White. You'll see Chase Owens bend and outright break the rules, and you also see him show that he's a tremendous professional wrestler because he threw all of his weight behind that Irish whip that just lawn darted Moriarty into those buckles.
You know, we say the name Bullet Club. Let's not forget some of the greatest wrestlers in the business have gone through that Bullet Club, and Chase Owens is no exception.
Over the past 6 years, Paul, the argument could be made that has been the most dominant faction around the globe in professional wrestling in one form or another.
And they have created top stars throughout the industry in doing so.
What a drop kick from Chase Owens. Beautiful vertical leap. I may not like his attitude, but his ability is undeniable.
Now, this guy is definitely technically sound, and he definitely knows his way around that squared circle.
A lackadaisical cover there.
I'm gonna go home and pray that you get laryngitis.
And Owens cannot allow himself to be distracted by this jam-packed Lamont Furnace crowd. He just can't do it.
No, not in a matchup as big as this one.
And this may be a mistake. All due respect to Chase Owens.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of time here trying to execute this maneuver.
Going for another macho tribute. Really taking his time.
Yeah, this could be a big mistake for Chase Owens. But he caught it.
And that's how next level Chase Owens is. He knew what Moriarty had in mind to try to counter it himself, but Moriarty now one step ahead. A real back and forth physical chess match, both strategically and physically, by Moriarty and Chase Owens.
And just that little exchange there shows you how high the ring IQ is of Lee Moriarty for such a young man in this sport today.
Just a 3-year pro. Diving European uppercut by the apex of combat.
Nobody throws a European uppercut harder than Lee Moriarty.
And drives Owens down to the canvas again, hooks the leg. Owens escapes.
That was close, though.
Paul, we asked the question in the opening moments of this matchup. Can Lee Moriarty hang with New Japan Pro Wrestling's Chase Owens? And I believe we're getting the answer here. Win, lose, or draw.
My answer would be yes. Lee is definitely going toe-to-toe with Chase Owens right now.
Wise ring positioning from Owens. Knew where to drive Lee back into the buckles. Runs into an elbow. Misdirection play from Moriarty. Could be going for the tornado DDT. And he just spiked the crown jewel. Owens escapes, and Moriarty is in disbelief here. He has to be thinking, how far does he have to dig in the playbook? What does he have to do to put Owens down to the canvas?
Moriarty has hit him with everything, almost everything in his arsenal right now. And Chase Owens is still coming back for more. And now Lee Moriarty is going to really dig down deep if he wants to get a victory here tonight.
Moriarty charges, got overzealous, and ran right into a boot, but he absorbs it. And again, got over aggressive and paid for it there.
And that, unfortunately, is where the youthful inexperience of Lee Moriarty comes into play.
Stiff lariat. And you can see Moriarty, you can see the look of desperation on his face as he did everything that he could do to get his shoulder up in that exchange. Owens elevates Moriarty again. Lee out the back door. Standing switch from Owens. Back elbow cracks Owens. Elevated swinging backbreaker, extra torque for extra impact. And you can see the pain etched on Moriarty's face. And did you notice how Owens used that forearm across the cheekbone during that pinfall attempt?
Yes, he did, but he also forgot to hook the leg of Lee Moriarty, and that gave him the ability to kick out of that pinfall attempt.
Chase Owens could quite literally be calling a shot here. Could be going for that package pop. Jackknife. Shoulders down.
Bridge out by Owens.
What neck strength.
Trying to, oh, they're jockeying for position on a backslide here.
And here's the physical struggle of this matchup. Corey Special hooks the leg. No, Chase gets the shoulder up.
That was so close.
And so Moriarty is stunned. Well, Moriarty, he may have exhausted all of his resources.
Yeah, Lee's dug deep down in his bag of tricks. I don't know if he has anything more left here to put on to Chase Owens.
We know Lee is good, but is he good enough? Is he good enough at this juncture? Is he good enough in 2019? Double stomp down across the arm.
I'm hooked. Wait a minute.
And immediately latches onto the arm. The Fujiwara latching onto the arm like a pit bull. Lee is wrenching, it's twisting, contorting the arm.
He's got it sunk in deep, too.
This could be the biggest victory of Lee's career.
He's also got himself positioned between Chase Owens and those ropes so that he can't get to him to break that hole.
Lee is wrenching with everything in his body.
Chase Owens using the referee for leverage to get over to those ropes. That's the only thing that saved Chase Owens from tapping out to Lee Moriarty.
And give Chase Owens credit. He did whatever he had to do to extricate himself from that predicament. Lee could really be targeting that arm now. He may have found the chink in the armor of the crown jewel. But it's gut check time here, Paul.
Back and forth, blow for blow. These guys are going at it right now.
Is Chase Owens going to defend his turf, Or could Moriarty have the matchup of his career? And listen to those shots. Back fist. Owens is on Dream Street, but a super kick returns in kind. Who wants it more? And what a lariat sends head over heels. What a matchup. What a contest.
Both men dying, down on the canvas, trying to get up. Who's going to get to their feet first?
This personifies competition.
First man up is definitely going to have a distinct advantage here.
Owens measuring Moriarty. He telegraphed it. Moriarty avoids the contact. Shoulders down. Owens escapes. Tiger driver. He hit him with the flatliner. No. Owens gets the left shoulder up. Unbelievable. What an exchange. What action.
And I've got to say it, win, lose, or draw, Lee Moriarty has definitely proven to this audience here and everybody watching out on IndyWrestling.us that he can hang with the best of them. And Chase Owens, and he's proving it here tonight.
We are witnessing a Steel City Classic unfold before our eyes here. Moriarty up top, taking a chance. Double stomp through. No water in the pool. Back elbow. Lee's on Dream Street.
He's hooking him up here.
This could be Chase putting it away. Moriarty fighting with everything. Chase is getting desperate here.
Hook him up again. Look out.
Counter. Shoulders down.
Got him hooked.
No. Look out. Snapdragon suplex. Lee dumped right on the top of his head. That's it.
That has to be it.
Moriarty's out. It's academic from here. Takedown. Hooks the leg. No!
I cannot believe it.
I am in shock.
Where did he come up with the energy to kick out of that?
That was Chase Owens. That was his playbook. That was exactly how he's won countless matches. And somehow Moriarty was able to kick out. And this
15 minutes gone, 15 minutes.
This may be an abrupt end here.
Maybe it. Right here. He nailed it.
He spiked the apex of combat.
In a time of 15 minutes.
Well, hello, friends. I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm the Riz.
And, you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. And you know where we can find that?
Yes,
On the Wrestling Mayhem.
that's right.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com. This show is brought to you by IndyWrestling.us and IndyWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Just Pro Wrestling News Podcast. No filler, no pop-ups. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
And it was really, I was really happy just to be back in the ring and live that wrestling life, again, because it was awful having to take a break, just like it is now.
I have to make a point here because I know a few people listen to this on the audio version, but you have to see. I can't remember the last time I've talked to somebody, and when they talk about this path, and we're just talking about training at this point, and the glow in her eyes when she's talking about this is fantastic. But they're like, oh yeah, I just killed myself in the ring for a year training, and then the cool stuff happened. You're like, no, this is the cool stuff.
Right. Yes. Like, dude, wrestling is literally one of the last sports that is the oldest sport around.
Mm-hmm.
We are literally in oral history because well, not professional wrestling, but wrestling itself and the art of grappling can be traced to almost every continent and all the way back to Sumerian times. Like, what else is there existing now that has that rich of a culture and rich of a history and touches so many people in so many places and has so many different, iterations of itself?
Mhm.
Like, that's amazing to be a part of that and to share that and to be lucky enough to do what we do. And training, that was I felt that every time I bumped. I also smashed my head a considerable amount. I was real bad when I started. I was real loosey goosey because I was a dancer, so
Yeah.
my body was like not not ready for what was asked.
So we talked a little bit about your early career as well, but I want to get back to Japan. Like, how did you get to Japan? Was Japan a goal early on for you?
Oh, absolutely. And that again was the boy across the street, John. He gave me a grainy VHS tape of Aja Kong and Manami Toyota in 1991. And Aja smashed smashed Manami like she was an overripe raspberry. And I was like, I can do that. And that was it. Like, I knew not only was I going to be a wrestler, but that's where I wanted to go and wrestle because the style was just so, I don't know if guttural. Guttural is not the right word, but like it was just such a more intense style, especially in the 90s and the Gaea days and the All Japan days. Man, listen. So I was like, yes, 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 yes. This is where I need to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I think honestly, Japan was born out of the goddess realizing that I could not survive here as a professional wrestler at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was honestly gonna quit. I wasn't that far in. So I had made the determination that I was gonna go to one more wrestling show with a wrestler I had been traveling with and seeing at the time, and if things went okay, and I spoke with the person who was in charge, then I would not quit. But if I had a terrible time and weird stuff happened, which it had happened a few times before previously at this promotion, I was like, that's it. I'm hanging it up. I'm obviously being told I don't need to do this. And I went and I spoke with Steve Carino because we were at his former school and his former promotion PWS down in Hebert, North Carolina. And he was like, listen, it's always like this. Just let it ride. And I was like, all right, all right, all right. And he was like, maybe Japan would be an option for you. And I was like, what did you say? Well, I mean, if you think that would be something that would be something, yes. So about a week and a half later, I get a call from Deanna and an email, and they're saying they want to bring me in for a year. They want to kind of tweak my character. This is kind of what the training's going to be like. This is what the pay is going to be like. Is this, are you cool with this? And I was like, I'm already signing it. Like, I don't, like, I've already faxed you guys the signed paper. I don't know why you're faxing me this blank paper again because I've already signed it. I signed it before you said it. And so they sent the paperwork. I got my visa. I waited until 2 weeks before I left to tell my mother. Oh, yeah, that was a bad. Listen, sorry. I'm a black Afro Latina from the South. Okay, we don't take trips. We don't do wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm supposed to be a housewife, a debutante, a doctor, lawyer, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Popping out babies, making cookies, going saving lives, changing the world. That's what my family would like me to do. I would like to body slam hoes and change the world other ways. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I'm not calling people hoes. I'm just saying hoes in general because I don't know any names that I would like to body slam at this time. But that wasn't the plan, so I couldn't really give my mom the Iggy or my family at
Yeah.
the time. But the paperwork came through, and that's when I was like, okay, guess what? I'm going to Japan. Okay, bye. So yeah,
you literally can't say
Yeah.
no at that point.
I mean, I knew there was nothing they could do at that point,
Mhm.
and that's honestly why I waited, because the answer would have been no.
Mhm.
The answer would have been like, didn't you want to go to seminary school? You could have spent that energy going to nursing school. You could have gone to paralegal or to law school, and you would have been almost halfway done with law school by now. And I'm like, I'm a hospitality management major, business administration, and Japanese studies, and I'm doing nothing with any of that. So what are you talking about? Like, I might as well follow my dream now. I did what you guys wanted, and now I'm going to do what I want. So,
and it's really an extension of your Japanese studies. So in the long run,
that was fated. I really wanted to learn more about their economy and like their business and stuff, because I was like, America's not doing great with that. No offense, I'm not not a patriot, but I'm just saying we're not great at some things. So I wanted to learn like more about that, because originally I did want to set up like an international chain of bed and breakfasts. But that was put on hold when I found out you can't have like a strip club in all of them, because I wanted that to be an element. And that, I'm trying to make money here. I don't care about boobies. I don't care about buttholes. I'm just trying to make money. And you know what always make money? Shaking butt cheeks. Okay.
I'm putting that together. I'm putting that together in my head how that would work.
You know what I'm doing? No, I'm keeping the brothel element separate, because I know that's where everybody's going to go. No. Okay, this is a bed and breakfast with a strip club on the weekend. Okay? We will not, however, be having those ladies staying here, okay, in any other room. I don't have any of that going on here. All right? This is not, no, this isn't Westworld. Y'all are crazy. Okay.
Best Shark Tank pitch ever.
I don't know if they would want me on the show, though, Sorg. They'd be like, some of your ideas don't gel. And I'm like,
you'll be fine. Mark Cuban's a wrestling fan, so I mean, you know.
Is he really?
Yeah, that's why at least he's all in on it. Well, I think he still owns Access TV, where Impact is, and they had New Japan. So and I think he was, from what I understand, I think he's made commentaries about kind of being behind pro wrestling as a business concept. So like that's why there's always been wrestling on Access, like all the way back to HDNet when they had Ring of Honor in those first televised days for them. So history lesson, I guess. So
you said some old stuff.
And fun fact, we brought this up on the other show. It's like he's from like up the road here in Pittsburgh. So
is he really?
For real, Scott Township, I believe.
I miss PA. I'm not gonna lie. I had a really fun time and an excellent run there. I'm hoping Area 3 will be back in PA.
That's right.
If not, it's fine. But I do. My heart has been in a lot of places in America, but PA is just one place that I definitely will always feel very special about.
Absolutely. Let's talk about that. So again, I ran into you first with the Angel Gate promotion I was running here at the time. Became involved with that, or I don't think I attended before I started working with them on that promotion at least. You were a part of that. Actually, I might have seen you at PWX or Fight Society before that. Now I think about it. Tell me about that. It was we were talking a little bit before, like just the locker room sounded like it was a pretty great place to be.
Oh yeah, the first year that I was with Angel Gate was a loaded locker room. Just the talent and the caliber of women that came through there was incredible. Just off the top, I'm thinking now, not in the first year, but in the second year that I was there, I had a storyline with Rebel, which was awesome because she's tremendous and amazing. You know, Casey Spinelli, Heather Monroe, Shauna Reed, Charlie Cruel. Who else did we have come through there? Holly Dead. Gosh, now it took me on.
No, Raylan was a part of that.
Raylan, yes. Oh my gosh. Like, it was just such an amazing melting pot of different characters, different women, different wrestling styles. The cards were always sporadic in terms of you didn't know what type of match you were going to get because everybody did their own thing, but it was a place where everybody that worked because you knew that's what it was going in. Angel Gate was definitely a place I feel at one point that was really representative of what women's wrestling can be in terms of letting the women be who they are in the ring and out. It was really a blessing to me to be able to work with some of the women I did. I love my matches with Casey. I love my matches with Gabby Gilbert. It was definitely a growing and learning experience once I actually got in the office and kind of started learning about booking and how it was done and putting together cards and putting together shows. Big shout out to Quinn Magnum because sitting under his learning tree was definitely wonderful for me so that I could understand and broaden my scope of wrestling, not just historically, but as it pertains to being someone on the business side and learning how to do that other side of it. Being a wrestler for so long, I don't think sometimes we take into account that it is a business and we should always be conducting ourselves as such. But when you're actually working the business side of it, there are things that are different that you have to account for. And there's a sweet spot, but it takes some time to find that. And I feel very grateful to have had a few people within that organization who definitely were working for that goal, always working for wrestling, working for the locker room, really working towards making sure people understood that what we do is sacred and wonderful, and especially when it comes to women, that we always have something to offer. So yeah, I'm sad that the time that I was there was so brief, and then it was kind of like a meteoric rise and a meteoric crash. But I'm very happy because I met a lot of amazing women. I have definitely worked with a lot of amazing and incredible and talented women. And I don't think that had I not been there, I would have encountered some of these people. And it's definitely a testament to PA and the definitely rich wrestling history there because a lot of these people, even though they came from other places, they really added to the fabric of wrestling in PA and especially in McKeesport. So, it'll always have a special place in my heart. Um, you know, what was that place that we would go to eat?
Oh, Permanis?
Permanis.
I gotta say it the Pittsburgh way, the Yinzer way. Permani Brothers with their world
Permani
famous,
Brothers.
famous sandwiches.
World famous. It is Listen, I will be an old lady and I will be making my last ride because I've determined that I will somehow dictate the day and time. Oh, I got it though. The day and time that I will pass, right? So I will take one last ride through all the places that I have been, okay? Permani Brothers is on the list.
And I forget about that because especially with those rushes, it wasn't just all the local talent. Like you guys are from all over the place,
Mickey
and
Knuckles. I can't believe I didn't even mention her. All hail! Oh my gosh, and she's like that. I love you.
Oh, fantastic! And of course, the evolution. Still with Quinn Magnum at Fight Underground. We had you at Area 1. I know we did the women weren't featured necessarily at Area 2, but looking forward to that coming back around again. That was. I don't know, and I don't know what you've been doing during this weird, year as far as in the ring action. But I know we experienced you back in June, and that's one of the times where I got yelled at in person. That we mentioned.
Well, Sorg, I need you to keep it together.
I'm trying.
Okay?
I'm trying.
Call it how I see it. Okay? So when I see you effing up, I'm just gonna say, okay? There's no disrespect. I love you. Love your little scraggly beard. I think you look like a sexy lumberjack. All right? The Sorg family, very close to my bosom. Okay? When you're effing up and you're making me look like a butt, I gotta call you out. Sorry. Okay? What do? What about you?
Well, there it is. But how was you had a confrontation match I guess it's hard to call it a match because it really turned into a confrontation with Scarlett there. No audience other than the talent in the production. Basically, that was it there in that. It was a movie studio warehouse we ended up in that for that first one.
And I think all of the talent and the production saw how I was robbed. Okay? Robbed, Sorg. Okay? Who ninja kicked someone in the head? Okay? She better Liu Kang it out of here. All right? I don't have time for that. I deserve a fair and functional match. Okay? I don't know what it is with these young guns trying to pull out all the stops and not playing by the rules. There are rules to war. There are rules to engagement, Sorg. Okay? And she engaged me improperly. I was handled badly. I'm going to say that. I was handled badly. Okay? And I demand satisfaction. Okay? Demand it. Okay? Area 3 better have the women. Okay? I'm not going to get into it with how Area 2 was all, y'all had, what's his face, smashing into chairs. You could have had a women's match. Okay? To rebuild the credibility of the Virago division. Okay? Because what I see is there's being too much emphasis put on sausage and not enough emphasis being put on the queen clam who was wrongly cast out of the sea. Okay? I know that ocean reference went left. I don't care. I said what I said. I was handled badly, Sorg. You saw it, okay? And you were part of it, okay? Because you were trying to engage me when my eyebrows were melting off and she was breathing at me, not even responding to the things I had to say, okay? And now we're going into Area 3 with what? A bunch of new stinking butts and no retribution for Roni Nicole? It's 2021. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy, okay? You know where I reside? Where the money resides and where success resides. And Fight Underground is blocking me from success. And Sorg, if I find out that you were in on any of this, so help me. So help me. Okay? You won't do this to me again. All right? I let you get away with it at Angel Gate, okay, because you had an upside down bowling pin protecting you from retribution. Okay? But guess what? There's not a skinny leg bowling pin protecting you now. Because Quinn Magnum knows I'll bite him right on the penis, and I'll bite anybody else who gets in my way. All right? Snapping Turtle Ron is back with a vengeance. I demand satisfaction. I will be satisfied.
Well, we'll be forwarding this to the fight director and making sure you get your justice there. In the meantime, if we can simmer down for a moment, and I like to ask with just one more quick question, and then we can let you go. So I like to ask, what is the best and worst thing about pro wrestling for you?
Oh, you know what? The best thing about pro wrestling is the wrestling. It's the wrestling itself. It's the tying of the history together. It is the bringing together of people from all walks of life to share, to enjoy, to either participate in or witness the storytelling that we create in the ring. That's the best part of wrestling. The worst part of wrestling is the butthead. It is the people who think that wrestling owes them something, that they can come into the business and still do it the old carny circus way.
Yeah.
That they think their little bit of fame on Instagram or Twitter translates into being a terrible person or abusing privileges or rights or, a literal abuse. Like, that's the worst part of wrestling. And I think, unfortunately, we have such a beautiful art that has always been juxtaposed against this real darkness and this real shady undertow. And I just hope that in 2021 that we can stand on what we said in 2020, in 2019, in 2018, in 2017, and make these changes that will make wrestling better for everyone. I don't think that all of the veterans that I've encountered in my life are bitter, but I do think some bitterness comes from not seeing those changes, from seeing things be done the same way, from seeing people who are problematic or literally dangerous or baby rapers or, disappear people's bodies into the swamp, uh, that they're still running promotions or training children or around children, around minors. And we continue. And I say we because it is our community to police and protect. If that's what we're going to do, then that's what we're going to do. But if that's not what we're going to do, then we need to make some changes so that this can actually be a safe place for people, because it's not just our business, it's everyone's business at this point. And we didn't do that. We didn't expose it. So we have to play by what has been given to us. Yes, people know what's going on, which means we need to be held accountable for what's going on, especially those of us who aren't walking the right path, so to speak. So that's the bad part. The good part is always evolving, though. The good part is always changing. The good part is Fight Underground, changing the way that wrestling is being viewed and done on the independent scene. They've only done 2 areas and still have been able to produce content for what, almost a year and some change.
I think we started. We recorded first in June, but I think
June.
we
Yeah.
were obviously
almost
created
a
some.
year.
Yeah.
So coming up this summer, it will be 1 year and still going strong, still producing engaging content. There are other great promotions that are abiding by COVID laws and producing great content. There are a lot of new people coming into wrestling who have the mindset of this is a business, let's treat it as such, and let's treat people well.
Yeah.
And I think that's wonderful and important, and finally is moving the way we need to go. It's a slow process, because you still see people who are not great being booked on TV, being problematic, pouring gasoline on the fires when their own gasoline draws are soaked. But these are the things that it takes time. And so I'm optimistic that with time, that will continue to be weeded out, that we as wrestlers, we as fans, we as those who love this amazing, magnificent art, will take the business back. But not back in the sense of going back to the old ways it was done, but take it back in the sense that it belongs to us because we love it and we care for it and we want to protect it. So, that's the soapbox for the day, Sorg.
I was waiting for one. And by the way, if we've had Roni on the Fight Underground live streams that we've been doing, similar to what we do with this show. And there was a series of them that we did amongst all the crazy stuff that was happening last year, and all the movements and all the negativity in wrestling that was happening. And I think every time we had Roni on, I was just like, well, I just want to take this 5 minutes that Roni just talked and just put it out into the world. And I recommend going back, and anytime she was on was fantastic. And I just want to say I appreciate that, your contributions to those.
Oh, thank you, Sorg. Well, my job in life, not just in wrestling, I feel, is to help be a light in the darkness. So
Absolutely.
wherever I am, I want to spread that love. I want to spread that light. I want people to know that there is hope, because that is the weapon. The belief in hope, the faith in hope, the strength of hope. That is the weapon. Never feel hopeless. Never feel like something can't be done, because your belief, your action in putting that belief into the world, it definitely will always yield the results you want. It will always be something good. And I'm hoping that 2021 we have more people who kind of rally together and do that same thing. And as wrestling comes back, into 21, into 22, we can have a better business for everybody to participate and enjoy. So.
Fantastic. Well, if anybody wants to follow that light, where can they do that on social media with you?
Check me out on Snapchat, Roni Nicole R. You can email me for bookings, appearances, speaking engagements at RoniNicoleR@gmail.com. I am on Instagram at GlitterLiciousBangBang, and I'm on Twitter at @GlitterLicious. Thank you guys so much for having me. Sorg, you may be a tricky something sometimes, but I do love you. So thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And I just added you on Snapchat. I didn't know you were on there. I'm trying to Snapchat. So
thank you. I will add you back. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Again, you'll see her. Look up Roni Nicole over at IndyWrestling.us. You'll find her in action there, as well as especially on our YouTube page. A lot of bits from that as well for IndyWrestling.us, of course, and of course check out Fight Underground, and she of course will be a part of that in the future. is. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, take care of each other and please support indie wrestling.
Hungry as fuck, but I ain't starving yet. Chain for the pain, cocktail dog set. Never said I was a gangster or thug, but I'm an animal. Beating for the taste of the blood.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.
The world of pro wrestling, it's bigger than ever. So how can you possibly keep up with everything that's happening? Just pro wrestling news. Don't fear falling behind. Give us just 5 minutes every morning and we'll catch you up on the biggest news in the world of pro wrestling. No filler, no rumors, no spoilers, no pop-ups. Just pro wrestling news. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app or tell your smart speaker to play the Just Pro Wrestling News podcast. Find out more. Go to justprowrestlingnews.com.
Somebody get some out! Hush! Hush! Hush!
No weakening those. You keep your hands off me and
Hush!
have a good match. Have a good match. Let's start this match.
Fight Underground action here, ladies and gentlemen, here on our social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and anywhere else you can find us. And the Beastman may be looking for Justin Idol because already one cool cat is heading for the hills.
Yeah, you see the Beastman, he eyed up Sean Patrick there for a little bit, and now, well, that kind of speaks for itself.
You know, Paul, we got Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas, the holidays. What do you think the Beastman's eating for the holidays?
Everything he can find.
Oh, look out. Beastman's in pursuit. And Idol using his veteran expertise.
Yeah, Justin Idol is master of the mind games, but I don't know how well that's going to work in this situation because, let's face it, Beastman ain't the brightest.
I'm not sure the Beastman understands the concept of Fight Underground. He just understands the concept of victims.
That's all he needs to. I mean, he'll fight, he'll punch you in the mouth, he don't care.
Beastman making his Fight Underground debut here. Caught Idol. Good night. See you later, pal.
Hush! Hush!
Paul, what does this mean for the Area 2?
Well, that means Beastman moves on, and one cool cat, Justin Idol, well, we may have to mop him out of the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to attempt to get some words from the winner of this matchup here, Fight Underground Area 2, Beastman. Beastman, you just scored your first win. Not only that, but you're advancing onto the next round here at Area 2. What are your feelings after this match? I just... Justin Idol, you made it to the finals at Area 1. Now during the first round of Area 2, you get eliminated. I mean, where are you going to go from here?
What? I don't... Get it out of my face.
You basically begged Paul Atlas to be in this tournament. I mean, and now you just lost the first matchup.
I'll come back and I'll do better. It's not over for me. I'm going to keep fighting. So you're done? What? Cameraman? Shut up. Where the hell did they find you? You look like what Magic Johnson should look like. Get out of my face. I'm done.
Beastman, how does it feel to beat the great Justin Idol and move on to the next round?
Husk. Husk.
Did you understand any of that?
I
speak a little Beastman sometimes.
Where do you see?
He said he's hungry and he's leaving.
In the aftermath with Justin Idol, we are joined by council members RPW, Sniper, and Dash Bennett. Dash, do you have the first question?
I'm speechless, Justin. I mean, you went out there, you lost the Beastman in record time. I mean, what was going through your head there?
I just was losing matches.
What?
RPW, do you want to clarify or ask Justin another question?
I was trying to pay attention there for a second, and I blinked just.
Do not make a quick joke. I'm not quick.
I blinked and I missed the match. What the heck happened, Justin?
He cheated, is what happened. No, he beat me. He just beat me square, fair and square. I don't know. I don't got nothing witty to say. I'm running out of things to say, and I lost. There, is that what you want to hear? I lost the match. RPW. I thought we were friends.
You are, and then I'm in shock, to be honest. That was quick.
I traded everything away for to get into this area 2, and then I lost.
Sniper, do you have a question for Justin?
Oh God.
You came in here saying you were number one, but you went down in defeat. How are you going to come back from losing?
I'd rather be a number 1 than be a number 2 my whole life like you. I don't know. You know what? I've got some ideas. I've got some plans. Like a phoenix, I will rise from the ashes. Blah, blah, blah. That's it. That's all I got. No narrator voice. I do not have any final thoughts. That's all. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.